Hi everyone, Master Teacher Holly Holland here with a little sequence that I'm going to dedicate to a friend named Rita. And Rita has recently come into our Bone Strong exercises after being injured and a little bit sedentary because of rheumatoid arthritis. She's also elderly, and so she hasn't been able to exercise much. If you're one of those people who has been deconditioned or injured, or just if you're getting a little bit older and you want some stability and still do some things that are really good to strengthen your bones, this is a nice workout for you. So I've got a sturdy chair on a non-skid surface here. I've got a resistance band. I just happen to have a medium green one, but if you were just starting out, you might try a yellow or something that's in a much lighter range. I also have some 2-pound hand weights. The nice thing about this sequence is that as you get stronger and more conditioned, you can increase the amount of weights that you're using. You can increase the number of repetitions that you do. But I want to urge you to always use good form and try really hard to not go so quickly that you have anything that could cause some injury. You want to give your body time. It didn't take, it took a little bit of time to get deconditioned, and it takes a little bit of time to get conditioned. So be smart about your body. All right, so we're going to start out thinking about the key things we want to stress in our Bone Strong work. We're going to try to use the body as its own tools of resistance, its own part of resistance. So you're going to press down into the heels, try to press down into your sit bones, and always really thinking about nice tall posture. You want to lengthen through your tailbone, pull your belly up and in. And I like to think about the exhale as our engaging breath, where you're really drawing your navel up and in, sort of like you're pinning a button to the back pocket. Let's start out with a nice chest opener, getting the pecs. They get really tight when we're rounded and we've been sedentary. So you make a fist right here in the center. You do a little bit of good bone building right there into your wrist and pull it apart. Nice open yawn. Stretch the fingers out. Let's try that again. We'll generally work for about 5 to 8 counts, but you listen to your body and build sequentially as your conditioning allows. Reach it out. I'm still thinking about pressing down into those feet, nice tall spine. Kind of back it up and stack it up, we talk about in Pilates, so everything is really erect and working for you. Oh, it feels so good. Kind of shimmy it out right in through there. All right, how about doing a little bit of a swim stroke here? So I'm going to be pressing down on one hand against the chair and bringing the other hand up. Just come as far as you're able to do. Imagine that you're just in a nice cool pool and you're able to start getting some stretching, really opening up through the body. Inhale and exhale. Now you could do it on an exhale, right? Sometimes it's nice to feel that reach and also that tone into your core. So wherever you feel that you need the abdominals most, that's what I want you to do. All right, now what if we started to do that? Inhale as they come together, exhale as they go apart. Again, that tone, that reach, and only as far as you can feel activation without strain. All right, and we could take it as a backstroke and maybe turn the head in the direction of the arms. So you're starting to stretch the neck muscles. They get really tight too when you've been deconditioned. Inhale, exhale, keep sitting tall, pressing down into the sit bones and into the feet, really enjoying this sensation. As you all know from previous videos, I have a hard time keeping count while I'm talking and moving. So again, we're working for about 5 to 8 count there. And then how about a little bit of breaststroking? The nice thing about this form of swimming is that you can create the forms of resistance with your own body. Again, we could add weights or something here as you want to, but we're just starting out with just a nice opening. And of course, we want to reverse that position. Now, a lot of people are really tight in the chest muscles. We sort of think that the arm bones are connected to the neck rather than to the shoulder blades. So I just invite you to go in a smaller range of motion. And then let's end with this little warm-up sequence with an extension exercise. So I'm gonna place my hands at the back of the chair and open your heart. Take a gentle upper back bend. Just let the chin come up nice and naturally. Imagine that you're sunning on the Riviera, someplace that you like. Chin up, and you breathe. And your body is just nice and ready for working out. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you how we want to bend in a flat back from the hips, even when you're picking up things from the floor, or maybe especially then, because that's what we tend to do all the time. And those repetitive exercises or those repetitive movements are where we can either strengthen or strain our muscles and bones. So I'm going to take this resistance band and just kind of bring it in there so I can open my arm bones. Okay, so your humerus, your main arm bone here, attaches to an area called the glenoid fossa. And your arm bone is the most that shoulder socket in there is actually the most mobile, but also the most unstable part of your body. It moves a lot, but it's very hard to keep it steady. So I like to imagine that I'm opening a pickle jar, right? That is my nemesis. I'm always having to ask my husband to open the pickle jars. So as you're doing that, I want you to just reach into those arms and see if you can rotate them back so there's no pinchiness going on at the front of the chest. Again, that nice sitting tall, it really feels so good. I've been in front of a computer today working on a brochure for my studio, so this feels especially nice, opening up through there. Do a couple more times, just really feeling those pecs, tight chest muscles, reaching back and releasing. Okay, now I'm going to take it into a nice diagonal stretch. I'm going to brace one of the hands down to the side of the chair, and with the opposite hand, I'm going to reach it up and turn my gaze upward. I'm going to reinforce that because I know I get a little pinchy, so I'm opening the arm bone first and then stretch it up. Yeah, that just feels so much better. It's like I have all this freedom of my armpit suddenly. And bring it down. As you go back a couple of more times, you might feel just a little looser, just a little bit more open. Work that for your control and stretch up. I do some of these exercises in my Yoga for Osteoporosis class, and they're just among the favorites of folks who come regularly. All right, whatever we do on one side, we want to do on the other. So I'm going to reach it up there. Feel that stretch. Try to brace it so you're getting work into the wrist that's down, and then into the one that's opening up, stretching through. Good, a couple more. All right, and then let's work a little bit into some of our rotator cuff muscles, okay? So this will primarily work through the infraspinatus and the teres minor. These are our external rotators. You want to make sure that you're open through here, setting the humeral head down, and then start to feel how that arm bone opens through the shoulder blade. Feels really great. Important thing to do pretty often because this is a common area of tearing. Now, what if we add some oppositional stretch to that? So I'm going to take just the right arm out, and I'm very slowly bringing my head to the left. Then I'll do that same thing, moving the arm to the left as I turn my head right. And getting really good, healthy neck mechanics and neck stretching is so important. Many of us, as we get older, we start losing that range of motion, and it can become dangerous because maybe we don't back out of the car, or we're doing some bad turns coming out of, grocery store parking lot or something. So we want to avoid that. And then how about a nice big opening here, going up and just feeling that maybe a couple of times just to see, maybe you want your hands a little wider there just to support the movement, whatever works for you. And then if you're able to get it back there, to see if you can bend those elbows and pull it down. Make sure you don't drop your head in order to get that. If you're not able to clear your head easily, just leave this one out until you're ready. And as we're doing this with the band, we're adding some really nice resistance as you pull on the muscles. That pulls on the bones, and that strengthens them. So I'm going to go back over here and get my 2-pound weights. Okay, so this is what I call pushing the suitcase in the overhead bin. How many times have we asked someone to do it? I would like to be able to do that ourselves the next time we do. One of the reasons women have trouble with this is that we're kind of weak in the front of the chest. We've got bust lines here, so you really want to feel like you're using these chest muscles here, the serratus anterior, which is a muscle that kind of wraps around the front of the rib cage. I'm going to open those arms and I'm going to reach out and then draw back in. So inhale as I stretch out. As I exhale, push down into the feet, pull in the abdominals, and glide the shoulder blades back. Inhale and exhale. You can't imagine how strenuous you can make this with just 2-pound weight. So if you're getting started and even that is too much for you, then just make a fist. Do that there. I've done it with plenty of my clients, and then they build up as they can. Right, and pull that back in. How about some nice bicep curls? You might need to start out here with your arms fully extended and bring them up. Inhale as you draw down. Exhale as you feed that belly of the muscle. As you get a little stronger, bring it slightly in front of your shoulders and take it up to about the height of the shoulders. You will definitely feel that intensity growing right here. And we'll just do that 2 more times. And bring it back. All right, now let's add a nice kind of co-contraction. I like to do as much as possible of this where you're working through 2 different parts of the body. So we're going to press down through the foot. You'll see a really good stretch here for your calf muscle, or we're getting a really nice opening here for the deltoids and a little bit into the lats as we draw back. So I'm going to press down, and I might even just take the back of the chair so that I can give myself a nice bit of support and added resistance to the wrist. Make sure that you're not rounding the upper or lower back. I have a tendency to kind of arch here and kind of let my pelvis do some of the work. So knowing that about myself, I'm going to settle in and make sure that that work is at my hips, all right? So I'm going to press into this leg. It's really strong. Press into this back leg and making a fist around this weight. I'm going to really increase that intensity. It's quite dramatic. Try it, you'll see. And again, you could do it without a weight if that's too much for you. But I really like this multifocal movement where you're getting so much resistance and learning how to use your body for force and stress. Pull the belly up and in. Try not to let those shoulders get near your ears. I'm going to call it about 2 and 1. All right, so what would it be like now if we went into a little tricep? So I'm going to sit here so you can see that I don't want to just straighten my elbow. That's not really working into the tricep. Rather, I want to try to squeeze it back. You will definitely feel the difference if you're very precise about this. Trying to extend back and really pick up those, what do we call them, those underarms, that part of a woman's body that typically gets a little bit saggy as we age. We'll come back for 2 and 1. You can absolutely add a couple of sets of those, but let's go to the other side and do this position. I could take the back of the chair here. Again, I want to make sure that I'm engaging through my abs, not using my pelvis to do the work of the hips. I'll take this arm forward, press in, almost like I'm getting ready to start a race. Inhale as I come back. Exhale, drawing my abdominals in and feeling that reach without strain. And exhale, reach and stretch. You get a really nice extension of your hip here too, which is so nice for us. We're often taking the shape of chairs these days, it seems like, because we sit so much. So anything we can do to counterforce that is great. All right, let's sit up tall here. Make a nice right angle with the body and work through that tricep. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, and as you progress with this, do these weight exercises in a standing position. So that would be one way that you can always feel like you're progressing. On a day when you're having a little bit of trouble or if pain is flaring, take the modified position. But on a day when you're feeling really good energy, then take it into an advanced position. So a lot that you can draw from there. Please be patient with yourself. Let me know how you're doing. I hope you enjoyed that. I look forward to seeing you next time.